Hello? It's me, I'm back. Slightly more defeated than I was before. Man, that is weird. I think there's another bug, by the way, in the application. By the way, okay, hold on. Hello. I think there's another bug in the application where the default value that whenever you start tracking, the default value that gets set is slightly skewed. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it should be like progressively try to set your offsets, or maybe I should just try to fix how the offsets are actually passed. Or like how the data is actually passed, because I think the data might also just be wrong, or I'm converting the data improperly. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Look at that. Actually, turn off mouse ripple. That's the overlay. Ugh. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I've been banging away at the springbone stuff for a pretty good bit. However, I think it's this is me giving up on making springbones work. I don't think I can do it. And by I don't think I can do it, I think I can totally do it, but it doesn't make any sense for me to force myself to struggle through it. Like it, for the springbone stuff, I don't really care all that much. I think the cooler part is getting just random Rust stuff to work as a module in Godot, but that's gonna be like a huge undertaking. That's also not gonna be very interesting for anyone involved. So that's gonna be for a later time, for a future me. That does not currently exist at this current point in time. Oh, did my bot break? Is my bot broken? Is my bot confused? Oh. This roll. No, my bot. It's broken. Even though it's totally working. Maybe it just lost connection to Twitch chat. That happens sometimes. And I'm not super sure why. Like, is my bot in Twitch chat? Hold on. Yeah, no, it just got like disconnected and never reconnected. Hold on, we can fix this. Where's Replit? We'll bring up Replit. This is actually where it's hosted. So stop it and then run it. Just give it a hard restart. There we go. Bit of help. Bot being lazy as usual. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It happens sometimes. It's I had to restart it. It got kicked from Twitch chat, and then I guess there's something wrong with my logic and reconnecting. Or maybe the reconnection logic just doesn't work. There's a million reasons why it can get disconnected. I think funnily enough, that means this code here is actually a bit more robust than whatever code I'm using for my Golang bot. Yeah, because this code here I wrote in GD scripts. Yeah. I thought it was pretty garbage, but apparently not. Alright, so let's do this. Let's open up. Oh, hello, Needle Mouse. Hello. Welcome to the show. It's not really that much of a show, but you know how it goes. Where's Godot VRM? Oh, no. Oh yeah, it is. Hold on. So what I'm working on is springbones once again. You might see that this is entirely Rust, and that's because I've given up. I've given up on writing a module in C++ or Rust plus C++ for now. You know? As I like to say, to thine own self be true. I think it's a bit above my skill level. If I actually pull it off, then, you know, that's super sick. But it's also like, I don't care that much about it. So we're gonna take the easy way out. We're giving up and we're going the easy way out and just writing it in Rust instead, because that's something that makes a lot more sense to me. Alright, so let's switch this back. Git pull. Let's see. What was it called? VRM? No, yeah, VRM project. Look at that. I think this actually looks a bit more correct than what my thing looks like. Maybe. How many lights are in this scene? So there's a directional light from... Oh, okay. So that's how they get the fancy lighting. I have to look up what a springbone even is. Yeah, springbone, sometimes also known as a jiggle bone. So, to demonstrate, I could just run this one, but... This is what it is that this isn't actually... these aren't physical bones. These are just modified via GD script, which you can see on the right here. And this is actually what I'm trying to convert to something a bit faster. So this polyfill thing needs to be converted, and then this actual springbone stuff also needs to be converted. And this springbone logic, yeah. There is some kind of weird stuff in the code here though. So like this ready function doesn't make any sense. I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work, since you can't actually pass parameters to ready as far as I know. You can pass parameters to init, but you can't pass it to ready, so That's what I'm trying to make work. But I've so far wasted 2 days, actually more than 2 days, but 2 stream days, trying to make this work in C++, but no longer. So I wonder if there's something different with the shaders, or is it just like my rendering options? So, yeah, you know what? What happens if I rotate this? Like, I think I have it so the light is just pointed straight at the characters. Let's move this. Actually, that makes more sense. Yeah, maybe I should actually be angling the camera above the model so we get more of a stylized effect, as opposed to just shining a light straight at their face. Dynamic button that simulates some kind of jiggly movement. That's so cute. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. It's not my model. This isn't even my project. I've contributed some fixes, but they've only really merged my stuff for Godot 4. So I'm not super sure what their end game is, but it's all right. So what I'm going to do is eventually I'll take whatever the compiled code for this is. This isn't it. This might be it? No. This one. Yeah. Alright, bring me out of here. We'll take the compiled code for Godot, springbone, RS. We'll take whatever is there that's compiled in the target directory. Target release. Yeah. Take that DLL, slap it into this project. And then I'll need to go into, I forgot, because they're not using like my patch yet. They still have everything as just like a big mega module here. I mean, my patch isn't that much better, but at least it lets me dynamically load stuff. Anyways, that's the plan. So I'll go into the code. I'll strip out everything that's in springbone here. Strip out this one reference to a skeleton Mario's polyfill, which is presumably some sort of polyfill. Use this Rust code instead, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle. We're in business. So we are currently able to compile, which is pretty sick. Yeah, there we go. So it's available as GD native stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's see. Unfortunately, one thing that's kind of weird is that we do need to make use of the factory pattern. The much, maybe not maligned, but like made fun of software development pattern that comes from the Java world. So you'll have like a, you'll have a, this is a factory, this is an abstract person factory that creates more, factories. Like, so then you'll have a student factory that creates students. A factory for more factories. But no, this is actually a good use of it here because we're not actually able to pass basically constructors. So skeleton polyfill, whatever. Not able to do that normally because of like the API restriction when going across GD native. So we can get around that by using a factory. Not the same as a builder, which sounds very similar to a factory though. All right, now here's the question. This is supposed to match this ready function, which isn't actually a ready function. But I don't think I have access to null. Godot object, null, null. Am I able to do that? Are you allowed to do this? Expected struct GD native ref, found struct GD native null. How are you supposed to use nulls? I've seen references to this. No. How do you... So this is allow option as parameter type. 2 variants. Hey. Let's see. So these are just for like optionals, basically. But then where is null? So Raj just uses option instead of null. Huh? I've seen null used before though, somewhere. Null? No. Is it in here? No. There we go. Explicit nulls. A side effect of accepting generic... Hold on. We can use the fancy interface here. Side effect of accepting generic arguments is that inference became tricky for option. As a solution for this, an explicit null type is introduced to use as method arguments. To obtain a null value, you may either use Godot object null or null. Can call null on specific types since it is a trait method for all API types. For example, to clear the script on an object instead of thing set script, set null. Passing null should be rare enough. Well, I mean, this could theoretically be null, since that's what they're checking for. That's what they're checking for here. I guess I could make it so, like, you kind of explicitly have to always pass in a skeleton, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe just have like a different constructor that will have to be used at some point. I don't know. So let's scal. First things first, we're going to do this is equal to unsafe. So we'll take this skeleton. What was it? Just assume safe. His argument pointer, probably not. There's a few things that you have to do here, but wait. Yeah, that's a tref. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So with this skeleton, that is just a tref. Cannot be applied to type tref. It's fair enough. Hey. Do I just have access to skeleton null, since that should be something I have access to? Maybe not. How do I check to see if something is null? All this says is, you know, side effect of accepting generic arguments that inference becomes tricky for option. Obtain a null value. I need an example of how this is actually used. How do you use null? We'll just look for null. Binding to head. So if you pass arguments from GDScript that are incompatible with the Rust method's signature, the method invocation will fail. In this case, the code inside the method is not executed. An error message is printed on the Godot console, and the value null is returned for the GDScript function call. The code inside your method panics on an empty whatever, blah, blah, blah. The same happens, error message and return value null. That's fair enough. That doesn't really tell me how to use this value, though. Hold on. So let test equal, what is this? Wait for it. What is this? This is GD native null of type skeleton. Okay. I don't quite understand still. What do you got? GD native null, which is something that you can call on anything that extends GD native or Godot objects. Oh, this is for option. Creates an explicitly null reference of self as a method argument. Can I see an example? Do you have tests for this? I kind of doubt that they have tests. Yeah. 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 It's looking unlikely. Does anyone use null? Self as a method argument. Oh, this is for like when I need to pass this to other things. But then how do I accept a null reference? How do I check if something's null? Like, I don't care if the other thing is null. Well, no, I don't care if I need to pass nulls. That's okay. But how do I check if whatever I'm being passed is null? Is there like a... As wrong. Let me see. Sys, no. That's a Godot object. We don't want that. Actually, that is a mutable pointer. Absolutely do not want that. Manually freeze the objects. I feel like I don't want that. As raw. Cast to a raw object reference safely. This is an internal interface. Yeah, I probably don't want that. As pointer. Yeah, probably not. As argument pointer. Also probably not. Huh. So then how do I check if, how do I check against nulls? Is there just like an explicit null object? There is. It's just a null. Represents an explicit null reference and method arguments. Yeah, that's what I read before. Oh, it's just here. Where is it defined? Oh, it's just here. It's just phantom data. Huh. Where phantom data just means like allocate some sort of space. I'm interested actually. How do I check against like types? How do I check the generic types in Rust? Let me see. Yeah, compare structs generic type Rust. Compare a generic... I actually don't really know how to phrase this question. Yeah, you don't want to use as, that's for casts. What are you doing here? Try to compare generic types. Yes. Generics. This is good. I'll compare two numbers, but I cannot because a generic T does not allow to compare using integer methods. You have to use a bounds. Yeah. This doesn't help me though. This doesn't help me. How do you compare generics? So like I know that this is a null with a generic type of skeleton, and I know that this is a tref with a generic type of skeleton. Actually, this is probably completely incorrect. This is probably the... Yeah. What if we just, like, just send it, and then hopefully we need to make sure in the GD script code we always pass in some sort of skeleton. Or pass in, like, an actual... Yeah. You know what? Welcome to option. Welcome to option. So, maybe it automatically just gets converted? I have no idea. So if some skeleton some scale is equal to, let's see, what's the syntax? That doesn't feel right. Yeah, expected bool. Oh. So this part you can't do it. What's the manual unwrap thing? I've done this a few times. I can't remember how to do it though. Rust option. Hold on, we can find an example. Yeah, we can find an example. Expected bool. Oh, it's probably being confused, I guess. Found enum option. Yeah, sure. Hold on. I just need to find the syntax for this again. Too much variable shadowing is starting to make me very confused. Yeah. Hold on. How does this work again? Option. Rust by example. Yeah. Give me the rust by example. So you're able to do something like that. You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Oh, it's if let. Right? If let sum. Yeah. So expected struct something. Alright, so sorry, I was just missing one word. It screwed me up entirely. I wonder if the compiler can figure this out. I kinda doubt it. Yeah, okay. Unsafe. Assume safe. I need to get... I think using C line would really help me here, but it's not going to come to pass since I don't actually have a license, and I don't want to pay you for a license either. So we'll do all of this stuff. So skeleton equals skeleton. Otherwise, you can't just have a null value. Yeah, you can't just have a null value. Guess we'll just create a new skeleton that we won't use. Oh, hello, Bundy. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. As you might see, I have given up on doing the Rust to C++ stuff. Instead, we're just gonna do this entirely in Godot, or Rust, GD native. Oh, this is hair. So skeleton new gives you, what is this? So this gives you a struct GD native reference. Yeah, it's a reference. It's a unique reference. And then we should be able to just do assume safe on that, no? You worked on it later on? I have worked on it. I was working on it like kind of during work today, actually. And you know what? I've come to the conclusion that like it's just it'd be something that's really cool, but also like requires a ton of work. More work than I'm really willing to put in. Because I think the Rust side, I'm like more or less okay with, like 80%. The C++ side, I'm like extraordinarily shaky. I need to rethink my entire methodology. For how I approach the bindings. I think I actually like might need to have like a diagram when I go into it. Hold on, what's going on here? So this skeleton, hold on. So this is a skeleton. It's a unique skeleton. Do I need to turn this into shared? No. Into shared, sure. This basically doesn't do anything, and then you should just be able to call that, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, so you can't just have a tref. Alright, well, I guess we'll do it like that then. And then we'll claim it later. So skeleton, call new, into shared. It's a bit clumsy. There's probably a better way of doing that. And then we'll pass this back to skeleton claim. Because I'm not sure how else you would pass something to here without using an option, but I'm trying to avoid using an option. Although maybe I shouldn't. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should just pass this like directly. So if there is something there, we'll pass it. Otherwise, we'll just pass none. We'll unwrap it and then rewrap it in an option, which is Rust's null values. Watching a new anime. First 2 episodes I liked it. Oh, you know, would you like to share with the class which anime it is, so that I may add it to the very long list of things to watch? Life with an Ordinary Guy? Is that just like One Punch Man, but like without the superheroes? Life with an... oh. Okay. Give me the... we'll look at the wiki page. What the heck is this? Some weeb garbage. I don't recognize. I don't actually recognize this. Is there a manga? Is there a manga? TV tropes? No. Manga series? Give me the... Have I read this before? I don't recognize this actually at all. Hold on, so we'll grab this Japanese title. Fantasy Bishoujo Juniku Oji-san to. Okay. Do you think it exists on what is it called? Manga Dex? Alright, okay. I can see why I didn't read it. Gender swap, not really into that. It's funny though. Yeah. I guess if you're into gender swap. Tell me you're a weeb without telling me you're a weeb. No, it's good to know. I'm not really into comedy anime though. Like talking about my I guess like my opinions on what's the thing I'm thinking of? Like One Punch Man that I mentioned, right? Is that I don't think One Punch Man is very good. Mostly because I'm not really into comedy. Yeah, it's like more like voice acting is super good. Isn't like the voice acting super good in like most anime though? Is there like an anime I should watch that's like gonna absolutely blow me away? Like I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to me. I guess this needs to be an option as well. This doesn't seem correct. Don't know how you can talk bad about One Punch Man, it's just good. I thought One Punch Man was kind of a sneezer. Like it took me like I didn't watch it as it was releasing, but like it took me like a good year to like make it through it because I was just, man, I just don't want to watch this. Like I get it, he's a strong dude, he does strong dude stuff, he's also bald, but like I don't know, it's just like don't really like I get it, it's comedy, haha, but also doesn't really do too much for me. So this is set up. Maybe I just need to like export hub function ready. Probably a mutable self that we need to take a reference to. We don't need this. Actually, we don't need like any of this, right? Except maybe the collider ref. Okay, how does ready work in Godot Rust? Now I'm interested. For instance, I don't like the aspect of being strong is just comedy. Yeah. I don't know. I think like watching comedy just kind of puts me to sleep. It's like, like it needs to like especially vibe with like what I find funny, I guess. But I think a lot of anime doesn't really fall into, you know, my view of something that's funny, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that comes off as like super pretentious, but I don't know. I find a lot of anime humor to be a little cringe, as the kids like to say. Does that make me like a... That might be like a really boomer take, but like... I don't know, I don't get like anything out of it. I don't get anything out of it. Any comedy anime you like? Just curious. I've watched a bit of Gintama. I thought it was kind of weird. Let me think. What have I watched? Let's go through my anime list while we're at it. While we're just completely trashing a bunch of anime. Toradora Slice of Life. I give it a 7. Hold on. Let's sort by cringing is an issue. Yeah, I tend to cringe at a lot of the jokes, which is why like I'm not a huge fan of a lot of Slice of Life either. I hope my list is not gonna screw me over. Please, past self, do not highly rank any Slice of Life. This is not Slice. Oh, I guess this is comedy, I guess. Have you watched this one? Short OVAs about girls who transform into machines. This one's pretty good. If only because of how dumb it is. Angel Beats. I liked Angel Beats a lot. Death Parade. I like that one a lot. Very underrated IMO. I guess Shokugeki is a comedy. But it's more of like a... It's also like a battle anime, I guess. So I don't know. I guess Suzerain Children is pretty good, but those are also shorts. I guess basically the comedy anime needs to be like sufficiently short. Do not be like a full-length episode, otherwise I'm going to get bored. You can't watch shorts? Well, I got bad news for you. Let's see. Oh, this one. Have you watched this one? This one's good. Haito Genso no Grimgar. I'd like that one a lot. Which is like, it's like a fantasy anime with like almost like realistic, like just people. Yeah. So like the main characters just absolutely get beat up. I guess Haikyuu is kind of a comedy, but not really. I don't remember what this is. Oh, is this... This is Ghost in the Shell, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Log Horizon, I don't know. I haven't watched this one in a while, so I don't know if my opinion is still correct. Yeah, I don't really have any comedy anime in my, like... Yeah, I don't really have any comedy anime. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I don't. Let me see. Let's go in the opposite direction. I guess I don't really watch that much comedy. I gave One Punch Man a 5, if that makes sense. There's nothing. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the preference. I don't really watch comedy. That probably explains the lack of humor. TBH. Feels bad, man. Alright, Collider's Raft. We need to duplicate that. Collider's Raft. Duplicate. Yeah, there we go. Alright, what's your problem? Found struct unique. I guess this one needs to be found shared or found unique but expected shared, huh? Oh, this defaults to shared. To shared. Gintama isn't comedy, surprisingly enough. I thought Gintama was like the preeminent comedy anime. Was it not? That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. So for Verlay. And then I need to cast this to a force, or self-relay is empty. Hold on. If for self, let's see. If not Verlay empty, I guess we'll just we'll just kind of guess. So Verlay, so this is self-relay. For Verlay and self-relay. Is this called is empty? Well, it is, but not the main genre. Give it a shot for 2 episodes. I watched a bit of Gintama. Of course. I watched it. My little brother gave me the recommendation, and I was like, all right, I trust you. I watched a few episodes, and I was like, I trusted you. You told me this is good, but instead I watched some garbage. Oh, the other one. Okay, the one that you pointed out. All right, what was it? We'll add it to the list. I have a large list of things to watch. What was it? Life with an Ordinary Guy. Let's add it to my Annie list. Oh geez. What the heck is this? Life with an Ordinary Guy. That's Nishijo. Actually Nishijo, I've watched like enough clips of Nishijo to be like, this is actually not bad. This is not bad. I don't have a Mal account. I've migrated over to Annie list after Mal went down a few years back. Yeah, we'll add this to the list. We'll add this to the list of plan to watch. I have a lot of plan to watches. I think I'm like halfway through watching Cells at Work and I just could not bring myself to watch it. So let's see, Verlay reset. What the heck is a Verlay? What the heck is a Verlay? Append. Verlay update. Wait. So each Verlay. Oh, it's a springbone logic. Ah, it's a springbone logic. Oh, so this is another thing that actually needs to change as well. All right, hold on. So springbone, and then we'll just slap springbone logic into here to mimic their files. There's also a princess kidnapped by some demon king. Funny little bit. Princess, is it the one where she tries to go to sleep? She's like outwits all the guards, but all she really wants to do is, yeah, she wants to make like a pillow or whatever. No, I've read the manga. Don't worry, you'll put a little head. I think it might be a bit weird how might be a bit weird. But because of my job, the nature of my job, I've seen a lot of, or I've not seen, I've read a lot of manga that is now currently coming out. Yeah, no, I read that for a little bit. I thought it was okay, but then it's, as you said, it gets a bit cliched. Kind of a snoozer. I'll read comedy manga. I'll read the comedy manga because at least the translation group, or the scanlation as it's called, the Scanlation group tries to inject some humor into it. But I'm not really, this is not really my thing for the most part. I think I don't actually have an updated manga list. Do I? Yeah, no. I don't have a public manga dex list either. So I got nothing to show. But you gotta believe me, I do have a list. Comedy becomes better when animated? Maybe, I don't know. I think there's parts of it, like the delivery, of course, but maybe it's because I'm like a native English speaker, so maybe I only find like the English delivery to be funny. Like, I think like being super dramatic in another language probably carries over better for me, but I don't know. It's like, it's different emotions. Like, if I want like drama, give me the other language. If I want comedy, just give me something in English. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense, of course. Yeah, the voice, like I feel like because I don't understand what they're saying, it's like it's more like I feel the emotion more when it's dramatic, but when it's comedy, I'm just like, this is weird. Like they're clearly making a joke, but like the joke is almost being told backwards as well because of how the language is structured. I don't know. How it becomes an acting with voice actors, if they put some acting in. Yeah, I know, but it's just like the delivery doesn't really sit well with me. I don't know. There's something about it that just kind of gets me. It's just something that gets me. I don't really have an explanation, but I've never found myself able to do that kind of stuff. Get into comedy. It might also be like something with like, I don't know, what cultures find funny. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here as to explain why I don't find comedy anime funny. Scale polyfill. Skeleton polyfill. Shared. Alright. Oh, and there's more. Okay, hold on. IDX, I32. Center, which is some sort of transform. What else is there? Local child rotate position. Vector 3. Then default pose transform. Alright, that feels pretty good. Then we'll just kind of slap all this into this init function here. And this uses a till. Yeah. Let's see. So initial transform is default pose. Yeah. Bone index is index. Sure. Hey. Force update is default. I remember that. It defaults to true. So, force update. True. Bone IDX. Bone index, as they say. Bone index is index. So current tail, wait, current tail? Yeah, current tail, previous tail. Okay, so I need like a util thingy somewhere. Let's slap this into librs, which is kind of my util class. So this is transform point. All right, there's like a million things that need to be done. I remember I was trying to write this before. The other thing. So pub function. Trying to convert an add-on to Godot 4. So many set get functions. Does Godot 4 use a lot of set gets? Did you see that I'm assuming you saw that the Alpha 2 came out, right? I was thinking about doing like Godot 4 stuff, but I figured I've started this. I'm going to complete this. I don't want to pivot too quickly. Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean too many set get functions? I don't really use set get, honestly. That might be like a Java thing, but like I prefer like explicit set gets. And then just kind of hiding the, you know, then you'll have like a var, you know, my var, right? So if you want to actually access the property directly, you can. That's kind of, I've kind of go down the Python mindset and the Java mindset almost. Thing is, setget is removed, it's replaced by better one, but long to write. What's the better one? Is there an article on it? I don't remember setget being removed. What's it replaced with? What is it? What is it? Is it setget? Previous setget syntax was removed in favor of properties. Sure. Properties. How does it work? Oh, okay. No, I think I found it. Does it look like this? So now you have a getter and a setter, almost like that. Okay, cool. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. This is way better than the C# way of doing it, for sure. You have to create an extra variable though? Do you? Where? For what? I guess I don't understand. Where do you need the extra variable? I guess. Does the extra, what? No, yeah, I don't really, because when you use setget, Godot creates a backend variable. Yeah, yes. Yes, because this is the getter. So the getter actually generates. I think like in how it works in C# is it actually generates like seconds get and then seconds set, almost. Doesn't it generate like 3 things? It generates a getter function, a setter function, and then the back end seconds function. Now you have 2 variables. It's not really a variable per se, right? Because you're never actually able to access this variable directly. I think it still generates like the same amount of things. If you're as compared to like Godot 3 setget, right? But when you call set or get, it will get into endlessly. What do you mean? Set or get, it will get into. Is it currently broken? What do you mean? Are you setting something in your getter? I can see that. Wait. Oh, am I missing something? Is that it? Oh, I see. I see. These aren't actually getting. Wait, no. Can't you do this? Right? Isn't this what you could use? Ignore the signal part. So you would just assign like a real variable or a real value to your var. So you would always need to have the default value, I guess. Yeah, and then doesn't it work like this then, right? Am I misunderstanding something? Yeah, I can see if like in this instance, this might be tough. Like if you follow this, but if you do it like this, I don't see the problem. Where you just set a default value, or maybe if you do like that. Don't know how to explain. Yeah, I don't really see how it would do an infinite loop, maybe. Maybe in this case, if you did like var seconds and then get was just return seconds. Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be like the same thing as C#, right? So that's how that would work, right? So are you saying in like this circumstance, so gets would be like return my var set value my var equals value. That's not valid. Send me back. Did I accidentally close it? I did accidentally close it. So it returns itself, infinite loop. Okay. All right. So that's what you're saying. So does it still return itself if it's if you like assign a default value to it, or what? I mean that makes sense to me. Like doing it like this should work. Okay, so that's a bug then. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Not bug? No, that feels like a bug. Because you don't actually have... Isn't that's how it works in C# though, right? So C# properties. Oh. No, C# properties, if you just, yeah, auto implement. Yeah, like this. Yeah, you can do an auto implement property. And can't you just, actually, I've never, you know what? Maybe. Actually, yeah, yeah, this is how C# works. It'll generate an automatic backing variable. Yeah, but it is a very C# like syntax, right? C# looks like, where's that? Yeah. That syntax seems like it should work like, it's based off the C# syntax. That's basically it. So if it's based off the syntax of C#, it should just work like that as well. Maybe that's too much to ask for though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it should not be possible for you to design the language in such a way that you just kind of introduce an infinite loop, if that makes any sense. Or it's very easy for the programmer to introduce an infinite loop. Well, that's not true. I guess while loops are an easy way to introduce infinite loops, but that's besides the point. Right, my var set get, etc. Then return my var. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like if your getter returns my var, it should actually like return the underlying underscore my var. But maybe that's too weird. As like an automatic setter getter. But maybe that's doing too much stuff for the user. I don't know. Or at least be a warning, you know? Like warning, you're not allowed to return the property, you know? Maybe that would be a good issue to file. Do I have access to this vector 3? I don't think I have access to that. Oh, I totally have access to that. Sick. And then axis normalized. Hold on. Quad. New. I don't have an angle yet, but that's okay. From dot angle 2 to, and then we'll do all the in-betweens. I tried the new set get. I wasn't aware of the changes. It looked like heck. Yeah, that makes sense though. I guess I totally missed that there was a new set get. I don't usually use set get. As previously mentioned, I prefer the Python Java way of doing it. Is equal approximate. Do I have access to this or no? Yeah, I guess I don't have access to this. So how do I implement this? Is equal approximate. Is equal approximate. Let's see. Godot, GitHub. We can look for this. This is in math functions. Look at what I wrote. That's not. Why is this the thing? Yeah, I don't know. Just don't use set get, and then you'll be a lot happier. I think I prefer the usage of just like loose visibility. There's probably like a better term for it, but just like understand that we're all adults here. So it's like this variable is intended to be a private variable. You should use the setter getters instead. But if you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. You know, we can all do our. We're all adults. If you want to break your code or do something that's potentially very risky, not my problem. You know. I don't use it everywhere, so I kind of have to. Okay. Do you have a link to your add-on? Links are allowed in chat. Is equal approx. Is equal approx. Okay, so this is an inline one that I should probably be inlining, but I'm not going to. Let's do this. Is equal approx. Oh, you're doing the smart shape stuff. Is that you? Or are you just helping out? I feel like I've seen this before. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is the well, actually I don't remember if this is the person that did the chicken stuff, but I have seen this before. Just trying to convert. Seems painful. Seems painful. On somewhat unrelated terms, after seeing that the star count, I'm almost up to 190. Oh, I'm almost up to 200 stars on my thing, which would be really cool. Get done my put on repo. Yeah, it might be nice. Does their thing use a lot of set get? That seems very scary. Oh geez. I don't know, lib? Maybe? Tuple? Okay. They have a tuple function as well. How nice. Where is it? I guess it's an edge in all this. Set, yeah, I don't see any set gets here. Too much code. Yeah, there's a ton of code. This stuff doesn't use set get though. Maybe I'm missing it. Oh geez, S2D base. Yeah, I don't know. Vertex properties. This used to use set get. Yeah, see, they used to use set get, but then they just went back to just using the setters and getters, or just the setter, I suppose. Interesting, interesting. Is equal approximate. So this is looking for is equal approximate from float to float. So we can do public function is equal can't you do well, that's fine. I was gonna say, can't I do something like I can pass in a generic so I can actually do function overloading kind of in Rust. Like Rust doesn't have function overloading, but you can kind of overload functions by using like type assertions instead, which is kind of bizarre in my opinion, but and then you'll never see anyone ever advocate for doing it that way, but it does happen. Godot gives errors everywhere, engine is too confusing. Well, that's the problem with the big projects, right? Like I'm pretty sure, like even my project, like someone has run it through a Godot 4 converter before. And like they almost got something working, but it's like you kind of need the original creator to convert the original code. Otherwise, it's the problem with any large code base is that there's, you know, past a certain point, there's just too much like scuff to fix without like knowing, without having someone who actually knows what the internals really look like. You don't need this. Ooh, what is this? Compare epsilon? What is this? Where does this come from? CMP epsilon. I don't know what this means. CMP epsilon. Upsilon. No, this is epsilon, not upsilon. So yeah, done with GD scripts had to probably fix the scene node paths probably. Oh yeah, for sure. Are they using the, I guess the node path trick? So instead of just having like, you know, like onReady, like an onReady var, like my node is equal to some node path. Are they doing like the export, instead of doing that, are they doing like export var my node path? And then they're doing like onReady var my node. One of those. I see some node passes nested in scene, not the code. Well, I think scenes use node paths implicitly, don't they? I don't know. That's just me talking out of my butt. I prefer to do it this way, but I do know that doing it the second way, where you have a node, you have a export var node path, and then you just set it later, that tends to persist a lot better across multiple projects or and refactoring. That's not shown in the code. Yeah, I don't know. That's well, what I'm trying to say is that the second version is a bit more verbose, but it's easier to refactor. What node it is? Yeah. Fair enough, I don't know. I'll let you look into it, I suppose. Math definitions. Math defs. So these are defines. CMP epsilon. Alright, well, welcome to the team, CMP epsilon. Pub const CMP epsilon. This is some sort of F32, I think. I'll grab this. Congratulations. So I can open on Godot 3, I can see what the node it is. Fair enough. tolerance, boom, times a dot absolute value. Something like that. This kind of reminds me of the dichotomy between English and Japanese, where in like this kind of C style code you have absolute of a, whereas in Rust you have a dot absolute. So it's kind of backwards. English and Mandarin is not the same. English and Mandarin are actually pretty similar. I poured some of my code to Godot 4. Physics engine timescale is like 4 times faster. Don't know why, it might be a bug. I'm not sure. Have you asked in the Godot Discord? Or are you aware of the Godot contributors chat as well? It's not really like supposed to be used as a support forum, but it might be nice to talk to people who actually do real developments. Yeah. It might be nice to go there if you need like actual helpful people as opposed to Discord, which is mostly just useless people. Not salty, by the way. But gravity scale to 0.3, so it works like Godot 3. Ah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, and I guess also to be fair, on the Godot contributors chat, I've also been like pretty much completely ignored. Feels bad, man. I tried. If tolerance is less than CMP epsilon, oh, okay. This needs to be mutable. Gravity scale in Godot is something that's always kind of confused me because it feels like the gravity scale should be like the same for all objects. It's just that some objects should just have more mass. But doesn't like, and isn't it in Godot 3 changing the mass also changes your gravity scale? Or am I remembering incorrectly? A minus B. Don't know. Yeah, I should probably check it at some point, but that's how I remember it being like, and that's something that's always kind of confused me as well. It's like the relationship between mass and gravity scale has always been a bit hazy for me. Yeah, because I've tried to make a few games that use like physics bodies, but it's never worked how I thought it should work. So that's why I always do kinematic body stuff instead. Alright, so this is VRM top level. Axis. If, alright, so I need to import this by the way. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, I can just use it right here. What am I doing? Mass shouldn't affect a gravity scale? I mean, we can check, right? So I actually have this open. So if I just slap in a... Is it called a physics body? I don't remember. Rigid body. Rigid body, 3D. Yeah, see? Oh, no, it affects your weight, not your gravity scale. Never mind. It affects your weight, not your gravity scale. Never mind. I'm crazy. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about, clearly. Is equal approximate is axis x and is equal approximate axis dot y and oh, sorry, forgot. Isn't entirely Python style syntax. axis Z. Let's see. Return. Oh, this needs the quaternion identity. Do I just have access to that? Can I do this? I don't think this exists, actually. Oh, this totally exists. That's pretty sick. Is there an anime about game development? There is. There is. Bum, do you know what I'm talking about? There is a game development anime, right? Game development anime? Yeah, new game. New game. Yeah, it's actually just called New Game. Wasn't this one was beloved by Reddit for a little bit, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I guessed it. I don't know how accurate it was, though. I've never watched it. I have too many things on my list. There's a ton of things on my list. No, I just don't have time to watch anime at this point in my life, right? Maybe if I like, maybe one of these days. No, there's no into. That's fantastic. Maybe one of these days, once I take like a like a sabbatical, or maybe just like 2 weeks off from work, maybe I'll watch a few animes. Like the only one that's really on my like next to see list is like the rest of Attack on Titan. Even though I know what happens, I just want to see it happen in an animated context. I've already read the manga. Oh, the anime man started a stream. Talk about coincidence. Anime man, are you about to bounce? I don't blame you for wanting to go to a more interesting stream. Can't deny your nature. Do you have a waifu? This is it sounds like a question from Bumd. Not really into animated women. I don't know if that's a controversial thing to say. I also gotta sneeze, which is why I keep sniffing. I can feel the sneeze coming up. Do I have a waifu? I don't know. What's the Hey. There's the meme thing was I love Amelia. Rem is best girl. Actually, Rem is kind of a troubling depiction of like someone with mental illness who desperately needs help. But I think a lot of people just like to ignore that. Waifu equals favorite female character. In some aspects, yes. You know what waifu like sounds like in English, right? I mean that's actually where waifu comes from, is the more or less like the Japanese pronunciation of wife in English. Because I think it's pretty much every single Japanese consonant besides the N sound. Every single Japanese consonant has like there's no such thing as just like a stopping consonant. They always have like a vowel after it. So it's not wife, it's waifu. Waifu. Although in colloquial Japanese, you can drop the vowel if it's the second syllable in a lot of words. It's a whole separate. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I bought a I bought a body pillow for my little brother as a gag gift. I thought it'd be funny, and it was. Because I unveiled it in front of my parents, and they're like, "Wow, wow." That was for what's her name? Darling in the Franxx. Who's that? Who's the crazy person? Who's a demon? Who's the crazy girl in Darling in the Franxx? 02. Yeah, I bought my little brother that one. It's very expensive. Very expensive. How am I able to get angle 2? Euclid vector 3D. Vector 3D. What do you got? Heh. You know, it's heh. Heh. What? What? Traits. Okay. Ooh. What the heck? Angle 2. There is no angle 2, but there is. How does this work? How am I able to get angle 2 for this thing then? But yeah. Not really into 02. I don't know. Do I have a waifu? It's probably you. You are the best waifu. Anonymous voice on the internet. I forgot that I'm still using the anime character, by the way. I looked up on my stream monitor as I wait a minute. Hold on. I was supposed to be saying that as the duck. Now it's weird. It's here, probably core types, vector 3, RS. Now this has stuff implemented on it. Public constant. Angle 2. Oh, this uses glam. Angle 2, it's an F32. Wait a minute. What? Then this gets casted. Eh? No. What? This uses glam. Hold on. What? Glam is the preeminent game math library in Rust. I'm familiar. Because I was trying to integrate that into my own like custom engine. So that's your original. Yeah, the duck is my original model. I wrote this. Or I made this. Which is how I know that the duck is surprisingly like very, very long. Yeah. None of the anime models are mine. Angle between. How do I get the? This is a Euclid angle. Hey. Angle. Sure. Type angle. What is this? Struct Euclid. Oh, this is Euclid. No. How do I just get an F32 from this? Give me the raw value. Field. Radians. Oh, okay. So is it just like 0? No? Radians. Alright, sick. Fate Night series? Astolfo Cameo wife. Yeah, I suppose. I guess waifus don't actually need to be female, maybe. I almost got my, yeah, speaking of Astolfo, I almost got my little brother. Wait, is it Astolfo or who's the one in what anime is Ramen? ReZero? Is Astolfo in ReZero or is Astolfo in Fate? Or no, Astolfo's not even in Fate, is he? No, Astolfo's in Fate, isn't he? Astolfo. I get super confused. Yeah, Astolfo is Fate, yeah. Right? Right? Yeah. Who's the one in ReZero? There's a similar one in ReZero who follows the exact same trope. Isn't it? I don't remember who it is though. Please. Alright, who is ReZero? Felix! I hate how this is the second one. Google is 100% listening to what I'm talking about. So you want the femboy that's in ReZero. I got you, fam. Alright, so Quaternion. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, I gotta sneeze. I feel like I really need to sneeze, but I can't. Ugh. What the heck is Euclid? Base geometry primitives, basic linear algebra, and Rust. Okay, so how do I create a quat? Because this seems to be tagged to rotation 3D. Yeah, this is just a rotation 3D. So rotation 3D, and then we can just create a new one by calling Quaternion. Okay. Should we do... There's no such thing as a new, I suppose. But does that also mean I'm not able to... Well, no. This is mapped directly to rotation 3D. So if I do Quaternion, and then instead of doing this like axis normalized stuff, then we'll do axis normalized, just to be extremely verbose. Ugh. Oh jeez. You do not know how good that feels. I've been needing this sneeze for like the past hour. Normalize. Oh jeez. I feel like I'm getting a cold. I really hope it's not COVID again. Or maybe COVID for the first time. Man, oh, thank you. At the start of the year, I mean, that's why like I didn't stream for like the... Go sneeze. Yeah, for like 2 weeks at the start of the year, I just didn't stream because I was like just super dead. Because I had like not a bad fever, but I was also like coughing and then also like extremely delirious for a pretty good amount of time. So, feeling very, very stuffy, as they say. Not great. Ugh. It might have been when I went out grocery shopping, because I like ran into a bunch of people that just weren't wearing masks. It was very disconcerting. But as a consequence of like where I live, that's kind of just how most people are. There's like because I live like right next to I live in the biggest city in Georgia, and like Georgia as in like United States Georgia, not like the country Georgia. So like, I live right next to like the university, which kind of like exacerbates the problem, because then you have many people who are, I guess, more militant about their ideals. That's a good word for it. Are you vaccinated? I am vaccinated. I still need to get my booster. The pharmacy across the street from me hasn't had it. And I'm like I could go. If I don't go across the street, then I need to drive, and driving anywhere is like a huge pain. Oh god. I feel like I'm like rapidly degenerating through this as the stream goes longer and longer. I don't know why. Like at 2200, I was feeling pretty good, and then it's like at like 2210, I was like, man, I'm starting to feel pretty bad. And right now, I'm like, man, nose is ultra stuffy. Making a drug for COVID now, don't know how efficient it will be. I don't think. Do they have a drug for it? I thought they just had like a bunch of vaccines, right? And then if you happen to get, I guess, Omicron at this point, then you are more or less lucky, especially if you are relatively young. Please have this method available. Ah. Oh god. Yeah, I might have to cut it here. I'm starting to feel pretty bad. I don't know why. I apologize, but my condition has like rapidly gotten a lot worse. Don't know what happened. To scale. Like I'm now like blue pills. I don't know. I'm not like super in tune with all that stuff, mostly because I don't usually go out that much, right? I go out roughly 4 times a week for like an hour each time. So like I go out to go running, that's like half an hour, and I'll go out to get groceries once a week. And then after that, it's just like maybe if I'm feeling like it. Oh god. Let's see. Transform basis. Get. Hopefully this has get rotation quad. Points X times. I don't know if this has all this stuff. I'm assuming this is just, yeah, this is just like a raw multiplication between these two things. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. You should not get my opinion on any medical advancements. You know, I think if you want my opinion, my opinion is whatever the official opinion is. They'd say get the thing, then you should get the thing. That's pretty much it. Get rotation quads. So what do you got? This is basis. So this is 2 quads. And then this is new vector 3. All right, so there's no, cannot multiply Euclid. That's good. Cannot multiply rotation 3D by vector 3D. Okay, so that's not implemented. That's good. Luckily, what we can do is this. It's a bit weird. Region, tree transform. I believe you can do this. Please let me fold. Yeah. All right, there we go. So we need to do another wrapper. Region, G, basis, I guess. So, pub struct. This will be a new type, essentially. So this will be quat. Right, and then based off of whatever we have in G transform, I'll need to do the multiple assign to implement mul assign G basis for G basis. Type output equals G basis. Let's see. Hold on. So you can do this in a kind of a funny way. I remember that you can do this kind of in a weird way. Transform. So we can do G basis to G basis, but we can also do this for just a regular basis. But we're not trying to do this basis to basis. We want this to be for quaternion to vector 3. So let's do vector 3. So the output is going to be a basis, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just be a vector 3. Vector 3. Give you back a vector 3. So that's multiple assign. Mutable self. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Self 0. Basis equals basis times. How do you multiply a vector by a matrix? There's a certain way you're supposed to do this. So this is a rotation 3D. Does this not? Oh geez. All right. Let's look up matrix multiplication. Matrix multiply times vector. Yeah, give me the multiply. This is where my, I guess the gaps in my knowledge become more apparent. Because I believe this is just linear algebra. But I'm not very good at it though. Oh jeez. You know what? I'm gonna cut the stream. I'm gonna call it. I'm feeling pretty bad. I don't know what happened, but my condition has gotten like really... I feel like I need to like... take some fever meds. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully I'm feeling better, but... feeling pretty bad right now. Yeah. Let's see. GitHub, Discord. I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna take some, I don't know, maybe just like some straight vitamin C. Take it easy. You have to open the anime. Maybe. Later.